So, hello everybody. I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. Spring is in the air, even though we just had a pretty nice cool front come through. But within the next few days, we are actually due to be in the low 90s. So, I have a feeling our winter is pretty much over with here in Central Florida. That's alright. Getting ready to grow tons of amazing fruits and vegetables in the coming months. And right here we have these beautiful Chayote squash. And this particular variety happens to be called Kong, like King Kong, but it's called Kong. It's a nice, really dark green variety. Beautiful Chayote, look at those. And this is actually a small one. These can get on a mature plant, on a mature root that's a couple years old. These can get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pounds even. I've seen them almost as big as footballs. So they are super productive. And Chayote are extremely easy to grow. The plants are perennial. They're edible from the shoots, the roots, and the seed fruits. Because the seed is the fruit. And as you can see right here, which I'm ready to plant out, and this one's starting to rot a little bit, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. That would naturally rot away anyways. And you see the seed inside there is what actually sprouts out of the fruit. And I'm getting ready to pot this up. And you literally would just plant the whole sprouted seed fruit, and it'll rot away, and you've got your pretty little vine there. And that is how you grow those. I'm actually going to do a little experiment this year, and I'm going to start a bunch of this Kong variety in pots and see if I can just propagate them clonally by the tuberous root that they form. If I could dig those up and store them, if I could cut it into pieces or however, and see if I can get them to grow from the root that they grow. Because they grow from the fruits like that, and then they'll form a tuberous root, kind of like a potato, and every year they will sprout back from that naturally. So, pretty easy plant. You can grow them in pots anywhere, and just give them something to climb up, and that's pretty much it. Give them some good fertilizer, lots of sunlight, and you can grow your own Chayote squash. They're in that Curbit family, the, Cucurbiaceae family. So they're very easy to grow. Not much bothers them. They don't really have any pests or diseases. And once they get going, they're super productive. One plant can easily produce 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 fruits a year, if not more. And then don't forget the tips are edible. You can break those off. Excuse me. And stir fry those up or anything. So super easy. You can eat the fruits at any stage of ripeness, from when they're little tiny golf ball size on up to baseball, football size. As long as they're attached to the plant, they stay pretty tender. And yeah, that's how it goes. Definitely a crop to look into. They actually have a huge, very long history of being grown here in the U.S., but that's been forgotten over time. But hopefully they'll get more common and more people want to grow them. This variety, again, is Kong, like King Kong, and it's actually a day-length neutral variety, which means it will fruit year-round once it's established and growing, which is pretty cool. And there's actually a few varieties that I've got testing out to see how they do, see if they've got some day-length neutrality to them. There's one that's a big white variety. I just call it Snow. It's a white cream colored variety that's possibly day-length neutral. There's Kong that's got some day-length neutral. There's a big spiny variety that I've been growing too that did not flower this winter. So if it doesn't flower when the days are short, that means it's going to start flowering later in the spring, summer, which would mean it's probably a day-length neutral kind of variety. So really cool. Lots of varieties coming in and out. They're still, You may be able to find them in stores, like a single green variety. You might be able to find it up north or in Florida here. But some of the more, and there's dozens of varieties, guys, especially once you start looking into South America where they're grown and everything. And very few are exported here to the U.S. Oh, again, sorry, my throat's dry. It's dry out here. But there are tons of varieties other than just that. I grow, I think, 6 now that we have. 6 varieties that we're testing out. And normally they're extremely hard to get hold of. Oftentimes I'm just starting with a single seed fruit. And normally that thing's rotten and stinky by the time I get it. So it's been difficult to find new varieties to test out and grow here in the U.S. Kong, I believe, is self-compatible, which means it'll fruit on its own with its own pollen and own flowers. Not sure though 100%. Again, it's kind of hard. All these are pretty new varieties here in the U.S. and to me, I've grown Kong now since about a year, going on 2 years. But still testing out, but you know, definitely worth growing. And Chayote, again, they're super easy to grow, super productive, super delicious. Sorry, whew. I'm gonna cough throughout this whole video apparently. But super nutritious and very delicious. All of those guys, they fit the bill for everything. And they're very, very productive. So, grow yourself some Chayote, guys. Keep you up to date on this little experiment I'm doing. And if you're interested in growing this Kong variety, I've got a few seeds. I think this is the last sprouted one that I have. But I harvested a few more off of my vines. And we'll see. Look at, you can see how it's sprouting there. And those will all root as soon as I... oh, sorry. Again, sorry. As soon as I put that in the dirt. And we'll see how she does. I'll probably clip that tall sprout back so it gets a little thicker and let it send out multiple shoots. And hopefully we'll get some tubers and see how easy it is to propagate them from the tubers. Because the plants that I have now, my main plants, I haven't touched them. They're in the ground growing on trellises, and I don't want to mess with them because I don't want them to die. So, hence the experiment to see how hardy the growing tubers are, whether you can move those around or propagate from those. You know what I mean? They are edible, the underground tubers, but then of course if you eat them, you lose your plant. But testing out to see everything I just said. We'll see how it goes. So there you go, guys. A little quick video about the Chayote and me propagating this Kong variety here, which is, like I said, a nice new day-length neutral variety. Hopefully. It fruited all last year for me. So that should mean it's day-length neutral if it's going to flower year-round once the plant is mature. So it's not short day, which means it would only fruit in the winter months, and it's not long day, which means it would only fruit in the summer. So there you go. I think I said that right. I don't even remember what I just said. Sorry, guys. But peace out. Love you guys. And grow food. I gotta get to work. These time changes a killer. It's already like almost 8 o'clock or something, 7 o'clock. And I hate time changes. See you later. Love you. Love Chayote, guys. And get growing them.